What's up, Fitness Club? Hey, it is Saturday morning and we are live. This is a community live. These community lives are open to everybody in the club. It doesn't matter what level you're at, what stage you're at, it's open to you. And the way that we add structure and priority to the lives is through the check-in sheets. So everybody should have gotten a check-in sheet in their email. And with that check-in, you can let me know where you are on the quest, what questions you have, what concerns you have. And once those are submitted, then that prioritizes your spot on the live. And we get a time like this when we have no check-ins or anything, then I'm just going to choose a topic for us to discuss. And, today I'm not going to keep it long because we're doing this 3 days in a row now. We've done Thursday, Friday, and now Saturday, and we're going to try and be as consistent as we can with that schedule. But just want to touch on a small topic because there is a series that's going on right now. And the series is this: why your weight loss tactics are failing. And I have 4 reasons why the calorie deficit weight loss tactic will fail. And so we are on number 3. You're going to see that topic being talked about at some point this week on socials, Instagram and YouTube, Facebook, all those. But for us today, our conversation is going to be about the 7-step diet because it's those basic things that's really make the difference. 7-step diet. And what is the 7-step diet? That's the dietary protocol that you need to support the kind of work that we're doing on the 90 days quest. Again, the 2 base adaptations that we're trying to attain. One is cardiovascular efficiency, super efficiency even, which is to say I can pull this oxygen from the air and deliver it to my cells in a very efficient manner. And that's because my blood, my lungs, my heart, my vascular system has been developed in a way to where it's very good at what it does. And in order to attain that adaptation, it takes exercise for sure, but also takes the proper nutrition, right? Because in order to improve our blood quality, we need to give ourselves the right nutrients and we need to strengthen those vessels and arteries. And we need all the good things that the nutrition in the food is going to give us, which is going to be those micronutrients and those phytonutrients. Um, so 7-step diet. How exactly are we going to accomplish this? How are we going to optimize our diet to support our work? The first thing, step number 1, is meal timing. If you can get the meal timing down, it's going to train you to get more efficient at the other 6 steps. Because the meal timing, we're talking about intermittent fasting here. If you can practice intermittent fasting and do it on a daily basis, it's going to help you tremendously, tremendously. Why? The body is not always wanting to be at work. Sometimes it needs to be at rest. And I'm not just talking about you mentally going to sleep. That's important, but I'm talking about the digestive processes in your body has to cease for some portion of the day. The only way to do that is to stop eating. And if you stop eating, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you at all. It's actually going to help you. Okay. Because 10% of the energy that you're using in the day is going towards digestion. So imagine if you can return that 10% of energy back to your body for a certain portion of the day. What is the body going to do? It's going to use that energy for some other process, which is detoxification. Very, very important to let your body have that energy for detoxification, right? The idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, that's like one of the greatest marketing ploys ever by cereal companies. Kellogg's. That's their marketing slogan. It's not some scientific fact that we have to follow. But we got so used to it because that is the system that has been in place for the Industrial Revolution. 9 to 5, give them their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They'd be happy. Sausage, eggs, potatoes, pancakes, cereal in the morning. They'll be happy. But it's not optimal for your health. It's not. What your body truly needs in the morning is hydration. You lose some water while you're sleeping in the night. You want to hydrate. It's going to help your blood pressure by getting some water in the morning and some lemon. It's going to help your blood pressure. It's going to help your liver. All right. That's the first thing that you want to do. And then if you like to hit the coffee, go ahead, do it black. Hit the coffee black and wait. Have your water and lemon first. Okay. We need to do this because you want your insulin levels to be all the way down. And when that insulin level is all the way down, because remember, hormones, they compete with each other. So if insulin has to compete with something else, one is going to win and the other one is going to lose. All right. There's two things cannot be high at the same time. When they're competing, one wins out and the other one loses. All right. So insulin is in competition with another hormone called growth hormone. And the growth hormone, it it surges at certain parts of the day. It surges when you're sleeping, but also when your insulin level is down, all the way down. And when you're sleeping, your insulin level is supposed to be all the way down. You know what I'm saying? You already start the intermittent fast once a day when you go to sleep. All you got to do is extend it. And at the tail end of that fast, the growth hormone can start rising up, especially if you go get in a fasted workout. So not only are you gonna preserve muscle, and they say, are you gonna lose muscle if you don't lose muscle? It's nonsense, my friends. It's nonsense. You actually could build and preserve the muscle from not eating for a time, right? All right. There are 7 steps. I'm not gonna spend all the time on the one there, but the meal timing, intermittent fasting, that's like the foundational. Then the snacks. See, a lot of people, they'll come in and ask me, oh, what is the best pre-workout for me to take before I go to the gym? What should I be eating before I go to the gym? Nothing. Take nothing. You don't need none of that. You don't want any kind of snacks before you go work out. You want to go work out, man. Everything is building on the other thing, right? I told you about the fasted workout. Why do you want to do that? Because your body is burning sugar and fat. That's what it's burning. It's burning calories, not really. Sugar and fat. When you burn off all the blood sugar, you burn off all the muscle and organ sugar. Then all you have left to burn is fat. If you're going to the gym to work out, shouldn't you be working out in a way that is going to make your body more lean and make your muscles pop more? Not going to accomplish that with adding sugar to the bloodstream and the digestive system before you work out. That simple. All right. The other thing about step number two, smart snacking. I don't even know if I said those. Snacking. The things that we should be snacking on should be sweet, yes, but they should be natural sugars, which means we're talking about fruit. What kind of fruit did you have today? If you didn't have any fruit yet today and it's 12:23, you're probably wrong. You're probably wrong. You could be, if you didn't have anything to eat yet today, great. But if you have eaten, you should start out the day with fruit and vegetables. Those are the only real proper snacks. Might be a little bit too much for people, but hey, if you want to achieve a high level of fitness, fix your metabolic disorders, and get off of those prescription medications, it's time for a change, a real change. Yeah, guess what? Soda, things like that, got to cut it out. Doritos and things like that, you got to cut it out. Got to cut it out. It's not helping you at all. It's just making your body more acidic. And the acidosis, that's the root cause of disease. It really is. When your system cannot flow properly, it's dried out, you're gonna get sick. And I'm speaking in such drastic measures because that's the times that we live in right now. Everybody is sick. Don't you see it? Everybody is sick. Why? got poison in their body, and they willingly eating it, willingly. All right. Fruits, nut, dark chocolate, cheese is good if you can tolerate dairy. Greek yogurt is good if you can tolerate dairy. Those are proper snacks, man. But the soda and them type of things, you don't want it. You really don't. All right. Step number three, cut the bread, keep the carbs. And again, things continue to build on each other. We were just talking about this in the last step. Now we're actually going a little bit deeper. Cut out the bread. Cut out the bread. If you're buying bread at the supermarket, man, I'm telling you, you're not gonna get lean eating that bread all the time. You can't. It's not possible because the bread is not what it used to be or what it once was. When they get that wheat off of that stalk, the wheat is it's this little, it's like a seed, and inside you have some stuff. On the outside, you got the bran and the germ. So that bread that they're making in the supermarket, they're taking away the bran and the germ, which is where all the protein and the fiber is, and they just leaving you with that stuff in the middle that is just, it's not the real nutrition. It's not the real nutrition, and it's making the sticky film on the inside of your body. And the way that they are growing it, they're using the pesticides that are just, they're killing you, man. The glyphosate, have you heard about that? That's a real thing. It's a real thing. And so that is causing your Hashimoto's, your leaky gut syndrome. It's giving you your gluten allergy and all the other problems that you have in your gut is probably somewhat related to the amount of bread that you're eating and the kind of bread that you're eating. And it's not just the actual bread, the sandwich, but think about how many things that people are eating that is some form of bread, whether it's the breakfast sandwich or the donut or the muffin, the croissant, the pizza, the sub, the gyro, all of those things. And you get to dinner and we're gonna have another sandwich. We're gonna, after the sandwich, we're gonna have cake or cookies or whatever it happens to be. All those things is the same bread, same bread. And people end up eating bread all day, not even knowing it. And then they're like, oh, I gotta cut the carbs. I gotta cut these carbs out. You need to be on a high carb diet, but the carbs have to be fruits and vegetables. Those are proper good carbs. And there's no limit to how much of those you should eat. You should not cut those out of your diet. Cool. Step four, diversity of fruits and vegetables. So we are continuing to build on the step previously now. All right. Now, if we're keeping the carbs and we say that carbs are fruits and vegetables, then which ones should we be eating? All of them, but especially the leafy greens, especially the leafy greens, because the leafy greens have the non-heme iron, and that is important for uh, increasing that blood quality because the well oxygenated blood is high quality blood. When it has a lot of oxygen in it and it's laden with those micronutrients, and it can go across the body, and those micronutrients can help the body complete all of its functions. All right. The leafy greens in combination with the citrus, you're going to be able to pull the iron from the vegetables properly, and you're going to be able to oxygenate the blood. Right. Eat all of them. Eat all of them. The red, the what did they say? Eat the rainbow. You need all the colors: tomatoes, cucumbers, parsley, cabbage, broccoli, carrots. They're all good. Mixed vegetables. Five, the principle of discriminant consumption. What the heck does that mean? Principle of discriminant consumption is saying, basically, is saying that one, there's no perfect diet per se, but if your diet consists of food that is grown locally, eat as much local produce as you can, and eat food from your ethnic background, that is going to be the perfect diet for you. Local food plus ethnic food equals the perfect diet for you. All right, because your DNA is two things. It's where you came from and where you are now, what you're currently experiencing. That's what is creating that DNA. And wherever it came from, the reason that it's still here is because of the experiences that you took from your culture, and you're now in a new environment then you need to be gathering information from that new environment to help your DNA thrive. So eat local, eat from your ethnic background. Those two things, you got a good diet. You got a good diet. Let's see. The other thing about discriminant consumption, which is really saying discriminate. Don't just close your eyes and eat whatever tastes good to you. Open your eyes, read that label. And if there are things in there that you can't pronounce, you probably shouldn't be eating it. The best kind of food is the food that does not have labels. All right. Because if it's in a package, a wrapper, a bag, hey, it's been processed. It's been changed from its original form. It's not whole food anymore. And not to say that all of those things are terrible, but there are a lot of terrible things out there. There was just a recall on Jimmy Dean's pancake and sausage on a stick. I used to love those things as a kid, man. Those were delicious. Serious recall because they got wood chips or something in the batter and who knows what else. And it's already hurt like 50 people. All right. So you got to be careful with that stuff, my friends. You really do. All right. We're moving on. Step 6, establish dietary staples. There are things that are in your diet that you are eating every day. All right. There's things that you're eating every day, things that you're eating every week. And you need to figure out what those things are because some of those things shouldn't be there. All right. We already mentioned the soda. If you're having carbonated drinks with your food, you're actually ruining your stomach acid. You got to cut that out of your dietary staples. You got to drink more water. What are the fruits and vegetables that you're committed to eating every day, every week? All right. What are the starches? What are the things, the carbs that you're going to have, the refined carbs that you're going to have with dinner every night? Is mixed vegetables on your dinner plate every night. It's got to become a staple. It's got to become a staple. All right. If you really want to do what you say you want to do, and you want to build a lean athletic body, you want to fix your metabolic health, you want to, get off of those prescription drugs, you got to make some changes. You got to make some changes and establish the dietary staples so that you can put those calories in the bank. You can put those nutrients in the bank and you know that you're nourished because this is what you do every day. Established dietary staples is I cannot underscore how important that is for true nutritional health. All right. And step 7, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Your body is somewhere between 70 and 80% water. The blood in your circulation, your detox pathways, hormone transport, everything is dependent on this hydration. And is it just enough to drink water? No. You got to have hydrating food as well, which is why we keep talking about these fruits and vegetables. But a step at a time. If just cutting out the sugary drinks and drinking water, if that's step 1 for you, perfect. Perfect. It's good. You're gonna feel a big difference. You're gonna feel a big difference. All right. But just like there are hydrating foods, there are dehydrating foods as well. Bread is a dehydrating food. It is. Okay. Alcohol is a dehydrating food. Yes, it is. All right. You gotta find balance because when you're dehydrated, the body becomes acidic, That by itself is a reason why you need to drink water to keep your pH balance of the body proper, right? Cancer grows in acidic environments, does not grow in basic environments, right? Cool. That's a 7-step diet. There is a PDF somewhere in school. It's in a couple places. You can find it where you can go through a more deeper dive into the 7-step diet, but that's it in a nutshell. And I just wanted to come on here with some kind of a topic. I'm going to post this, and it's the end of the week, guys. So I would love to see some check-ins from you. I'm going to reach out to a few of you guys. I haven't heard from some of you guys in a little while. Ed, Drea, Teresa. I'd love to hear where you guys are at in the quest and help you get back on a good path. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.